So derivative of the germ layer, ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm. Ectoderm, parts of the ectoderm, surface ectoderm, neuroectoderm, and ectodermal placoid. Derivative of the surface ectoderm, epidermis of the skin. Derivative of the neuroectoderm, it has two parts. The cranial end of the neuroectoderm is produced neural tube and neural crest. Derivative of neural tube, the cranial end of the neural tube is dilated and produce brain, and caudal end of the neural tube remain narrow and it produce spinal cord. The derivative of the neural crest is very important. You remember CCC, connective tissue and bones of the face and skull. Bones and connective tissue of the whole body is derived from the mesoderm, but bones and connective tissue of the face and skull region is derived from the neural crest. C cell of the thyroid gland. You know, within the thyroid gland, two type of cell is present: follicular cell and parafollicular cell. Parafollicular cell also known as the C cell. So C cell of the thyroid gland is derived from the neural crest, or indirectly you can tell it is derived from ectoderm. But the follicular cell of the thyroid gland is derived from the endoderm. Conotruncal septa in the heart. Most of the part of the heart is derived from the mesoderm. Only conotruncal septa of the heart is derived from the neural crest. So this congenital anomaly frequently seen in the conotruncal septa, and it produces congenital heart disease. So neural crest cell is very important because it's frequently injured by the teratogen and produce different congenital anomaly. Cranial nerve ganglia, it is produce so many ganglia you see: cranial nerve ganglia, spinal ganglia, sympathetic ganglia, parasympathetic ganglia. And it's also produce Schwann cell, which causes myelinations of the peripheral nervous system. It's also produce meninges and melanocyte. I already discussed the neural tube formation. You see here, this is the neural plate, this is the neural plate, this is the neural groove, and this is the neural fold. This is the neural fold, this is the neural fold, this is neural groove. So this is neural groove. The two neural fold, it unite first in this region. So still there are two opening is present in the cranial end and caudal end. This is the anterior neuropore, this is the posterior neuropore. Sometimes they are remain open. Then if this cranial neuropore is remain open, it causes anencephaly. A fetus is developed without brain tissue. Sometimes this caudal neuropore is failed to unite, it's produce spina bifida. The spine of the vertebra is not produced, so the spinal cord is exposed. Spinal cord is not covered by vertebra. So it at the this is cranial neuropore is unite within 25 days of development, and caudal neuropore is close 28 days of development. So now neural tube is formed, and due to neural tube formation, the paraxial mesoderm is formed. The whole dot area is known as the paraxial mesoderm, and each dot is known as the somite. So derivatives of the ectodermal placoid. Lens placoid give rise to the lens. Otic placoid, it's from otic vesicle, is divided into ventral compartment, give rise to the saccule and cochlear duct. You cleared this thing in your headache, gut card. The dorsal component develop ventricle, semicircular canal, endolymphatic duct. Nasal placode produce nose and nasal cavity. Mesoderm, part of the mesoderm already discussed. Paraxial mesoderm, intermediate mesoderm, lateral plate mesoderm. So paraxial mesoderm, it is formed somatomere in head region and somite in occipital to caudal region. So each somite has three parts. The whole thing is known as the paraxial mesoderm, and this paraxial mesoderm is from segmental block, but in head region they are not completely segmented, just continuous. It's look like when the structure is like this is known as the somatomere. When it is from segmental block, this is known as the somite. So each somite again divided into three parts. One is myotome, another is dermatome, another one is sclerotome. So myotome give rise muscle, sclerotome give rise bones and cartilage, and dermatome subcutaneous tissue of the body. Intermediate mesoderm, it's developed genitourinary system. You have to remember this thing, genitourinary system. For genitourinary system, one mesoderm is responsible. This is intermediate mesoderm. So within genitourinary system, kidney, ureter, genital system. In female, the paramesonephric duct is developed from the intermediate mesoderm, and derivative of the paramesonephric duct, uterus, uterine tube, ovary, and upper parts of the vagina. In case of the male, mesonephric duct is developed, and derivatives from mesonephric duct, testis, vas deferens. Lateral plate mesoderm, it has two parts, somatopleuric layer and splanchnopleuric layer. Somatopleuric layer develops parietal layer of the serous sac, like parietal layer of the pleura, peritoneum, pericardium, muscles of the body wall. Splanchnopleuric layer develop visceral layer of the serous sac, like visceral layer of the pleura, peritoneum, pericardium, smooth muscle cell connective tissue of the gut. Derivative of the endoderm, lining epithelium of GI tract, lining epithelium of respiratory tract, lining epithelium of urinary bladder, and parenchyma of the thyroid, parathyroid, liver, and pancreas. Notochord derivative. Notochord degenerate, but remnant of it remain in adult as nucleus pulposus of intervertebral disc. Very important question asked in viva examination. So this is all about today's presentation.